With the release of 2021 R1, Acumatica will provide a native connector to Arena. Companies that manufacture complex products, such as high-tech, clean-tech, and consumer electronics, or produce goods which are regulated, such as medical devices, defense supplies, and biotech, need a best-of-breed product lifecycle management tool. Arena PLM is used by many SMB companies to manage their engineering projects. Arena is a cloud-based product lifecycle management solution which enables manufacturers to capture their product record, control it with flexible workflow approvals, and share it with anyone, anywhere, including their supply chain. Product development teams leverage Arena for requirements management, compliance monitoring, quality processes, projects, issue tracking, training management, and business analytics. The Acumatica for Arena native connector streamlines the data synchronization process between Arena PLM and Acumatica ERP for the purpose of creating manufacturing bills of material from the engineering BOM. Arena is the system of record for items, attributes, bills of materials, and revisions. Acumatica ERP is the system of record for vendors, which are used by Arena to define sourcing relationships. Let's switch over to the application so I can demonstrate a couple integration scenarios. The first scenario I will demonstrate is the synchronization of a newly created Arena item and bill of material into Acumatica ERP. You see here I am logged into Arena PLM. My company would like to introduce a new product, a post-mounted mailbox with 2 doors. I have an existing bill of material for a post-mounted mailbox with a single door, AM/PM SGL. Let's take a quick look at the item specifications and attributes. Arena item attributes will sync to Acumatica as part of the integration. Arena tracks changes between revisions, which are highlighted here on the red line view. On the Bill of Material tab, we can review the component items for the mailbox, as well as sourcing information for each. The mailbox flag component has an approved vendor, IND Global. As an engineer, I will streamline the item creation by duplicating the single-door mailbox and bill of material. I have the flexibility to copy from an existing revision, and I can choose views to copy as well. The next step is to edit the item specifications. I will set the item number, changing it to DBL, clear the revision, change the item name, change the item description, and then alter one of the attributes, changing it from black to charcoal, and then choose Finish Duplication. We now see the new item has been created in working revision status and can verify the bills of material were copied successfully. To account for the extra door, we need to increase the hardware for the hinge, screws, and latch quantities. Save our changes and release the item to design. Arena supports user-definable lifecycle status and workflow approvals. The connector with Acumatica will only try and synchronize items which are in production lifecycle phase. So we will select Release to Production now. Switching over to Acumatica, on the Bill of Materials screen, we can see the single-door mailbox and revision, but the double-door mailbox does not yet exist as we have not initiated the synchronization. On the Prepare Data screen, we can choose the entities we want to synchronize. The Prepare process checks for any changes since the last time it was run. For the purpose of demonstration, we are running this step manually, but typically this process would be scheduled. The Process Data screen will show records for data not yet synchronized. The process function will run through business logic to assure data integrity before committing data import to Acumatica ERP. We can open the Sync History screen to view the item and bill of material which were successfully synchronized. Let's drill into the stock items to look at what was created. The item class was assigned based on the default value of the Arena integration preference. On the Manufacturing tab, we see the default bill of material has been assigned. On the Attributes tab, we see the list of attribute values pulled from Arena, as well as the category. Going back to the bill of materials screen, we will refresh our query and notice the new bill of material for the double door mailbox. The reconciled field is unchecked, signifying action is needed before the BOM can be made active. Drilling into the bill of material screen, we can see all the material from Arena on the Engineering BOM tab. We now need to configure the operations. I will create operation 10 for cutting, operation 20 for welding, and operation 30 for assembly. Then I will assign material to each operation. We will cut the aluminum on the first operation. I'll assign a tool to the second, and assign the rest of the material from the engineering BOM to the assembly operation. Notice the item selector only lists items and quantities from the engineering BOM. On save, if all items and quantities from the EBOM have been assigned, the manufacturing BOM will be marked as reconciled. I will now remove the hold to make the BOM active. The second scenario I would like to demonstrate is a revision to the engineering BOM and the synchronization flow with Acumatica. Several post-mounted double-door mailboxes have been returned due to a faulty flag. The revised design now requires an additional screw be added to the bills of material. Having put the item in working revision, I will edit the bills of material to increase the screw quantity from 8 to 9 and save. I select the Make Effective button, which generates a new revision for our item BOM. The new revision will be picked up by Acumatica the next time synchronization is run. Going back to Acumatica, we will manually run the prepare and process data steps to pull in the bill of material revision. On the bill of materials screen, revision B of the post-mount mailbox double-door item now exists and is flagged as unreconciled. I will drill into the BOM, and on the Engineering BOM tab, we can validate the quantity required for AM screw is now 9. And then on the Operations tab, I can choose Rev Operations Sync to have the operations and material copied from the previous revision. Now I just need to update AM screw quantity on the manufacturing BOM to complete the reconciliation. And again, I can take the BOM off hold to make it active. The copy revision can be automated as desired on the Arena integration form. Before we wrap up, I'd like to highlight a few integration settings. The Arena integration screen is where the Arena tenant URL and credentials are stored. On the Entities tab, you can choose to activate or deactivate the sync of specific entities as desired. And on the Preferences tab, you can configure other behaviors of the integration related to synchronization and default settings. In summary, the Acumatica for Arena native connector will streamline the data synchronization process between PLM and ERP, ensuring data integrity. The manufacturing bill of materials screen enables quick reconciliation of engineering changes, and integration preferences provide flexible implementation options to support a variety of use cases.
Now let's talk about Capable to Promise. For Acumatica customers that are doing manufacturing, the ability to provide customers with accurate delivery dates during sales order creation is a critical requirement. With the new Capable to Promise feature, a customer service manager can confirm that the customer's request date can be met, or if the date can't be met, check to see if a partial shipment can be made by the request date. This ensures that a realistic projected or promised date is provided to their customers. By using finite scheduling, Capable to Promise provides a customer service manager the ability to commit to delivery dates for customer orders based on production and on resource capacity and inventory. Since Capable to Promise is based on finite scheduling, it's only available when the advanced planning and scheduling feature is enabled. So let's take a look at this in the application. Before we begin, there's a few items that have to be set up in order to use this functionality. First, we must flag an item as a CTP item to indicate that the CTP functionality is going to be used for this item. In this example, we're going to be using our chocolate cake to represent our CTP item. If you want to use the Capable to Promise functionality, then we recommend that a specific production order type be created on the production order types form that's dedicated to Capable to Promise. The order type should be assigned to the planning function and may have a different numbering sequence than the one used for other production order types. We also recommend that the Exclude from MRP checkbox be selected for the production order type so that the system excludes production orders of this type from MRP. The order type dedicated to Capable to Promise should be specified in the new Capable to Promise order type box on the production preferences form. To demonstrate this new functionality, I'm going to start on the sales order form. I'm a customer service manager and I'm on the phone with my customer, Alta Ace. Alta Ace is having a large party and they're ordering 2 gluten-free cakes as well as 50 chocolate cakes and want them delivered by the end of next week. I can validate that this date can be met by using the new Capable to Promise functionality. To access this capability, the Process CTP action has been added to the Actions menu of the sales order form. When I open this form, it displays the lines of the sales order that have the CTP item checkbox selected in the Manufacturing tab of the Stock Items form. On the Process Capable to Promise form, I can select one line or multiple lines of the sales order, select Process Capable to Promise Action in the Action box, and click Process on the Form toolbar to calculate the projected dates for the items in the selected lines. When the system finishes the calculation, the projected dates are displayed in the CTP date column. During the calculation of the projected date, the system creates a planning order whose type and number are displayed in the production order type and the production order number columns. I can accept the date by selecting the line of the sales order, selecting the action, Accept, and click Process on the Form toolbar. For the accepted lines, the system creates a production order whose type and number are displayed in the production order type and selects the checkbox in the CTP Accepted column. If any dates don't meet the date requested by my customer, I can reject the dates by selecting the needed lines of the sales order, selecting the Reject action, and clicking Process on the Form toolbar. For the rejected lines, the system deletes the planning order. In this case, I could negotiate with the customer to agree on new dates when the items in the order could be shipped. Then I can update the requested dates in the sales order. Also, I might want to find out how many of the item that I could actually ship to the customer by the requested date. If I click on the quantity in the Open Quantity column of the needed line to open the Quantity Available dialog box, this box displays the total that would be available by the requested date. So in summary, Capable to Promise determines when delivery dates would be possible by using finite scheduling. It's taking into consideration any constraints on the manufacturing that might hinder production, like material or resource capacity. By using Capable to Promise, users are able to confidently provide a delivery date to their customers, which in turn leads to improved customer satisfaction. The next enhancement that we're going to talk about is the enhanced scheduling of work center capacity. For planners, it's really important that they be able to adjust the crew size and efficiency to either increase or decrease their throughput in a work center. For example, if I was starting up a new line where I hired all new employees, then I might want to set my efficiency to maybe 50 or 60% for a short period of time until all of my employees are trained and they become more efficient. But then after a period of time has gone by and the employees become more efficient, then I would probably want to increase their efficiency to 80 or 90%. With this new enhancement, then what we've done is we've updated our formula used for calculating the duration of an operation to now consider capacity. Capacity is calculated by multiplying the crew size times the efficiency. On the right, here are a few examples of how adjusting the capacity impacts a schedule. For example, if I increase the crew size or if I double the crew size in this example to 2, then it decreases the number of hours that it takes to complete this production order. But then if I decrease the efficiency on the same work center, then it's going to double the amount of time that it takes to complete the production order. So let's take a look at this functionality within the application. We'll start this demonstration on the production preferences. Some customers might want the formula to remain as is. Therefore, we've introduced a checkbox on the production preferences to use this new calculation. So if users don't want to use it, then they would just leave this unchecked. On the shifts form, then we've now added a new column for crew size, where customers can enter their entire crew size for a shift. To demonstrate this functionality, then I've created a production order for an item with a quantity of 40. This item takes 1 hour to produce. So if I had a quantity of 40 to produce on the production order, it's going to take about 40 hours. And you can see that reflected here on the start and end dates. But if I go to the Work Centers form now and I change the crew size to 2, and I rerun rough cut planning for this item, and I go back to production order maintenance and refresh, then you can see that since I've increased my crew size, then the number of days has also decreased for this production order. We've also added a new screen called Work Center Crew Schedule. And what this screen is designed to do is to show any exceptions or any times during the day where the crew size is more than the entire crew size of the shift. So when I click on Show All, it's showing me everything, even the areas where I don't have an issue. But if I uncheck that, then I only see exceptions. So in summary, by allowing users to change the crew size and efficiency on the work center, and by including that into our calculation, then a user no longer has to adjust each and every operation. They can simply just go into the work center, adjust the crew size, run scheduling, and then they can see the impact on the schedule. The next set of features falls into the category of usability enhancements. With each release, we're always looking at ways to improve the usability of the software. We know that if we can reduce the number of clicks, or if we can reduce or improve a process, or even build reports and dashboards, then we can help our customers to be more productive in their day-to-day tasks. The 2021 release of the Manufacturing Edition is no exception. Instead of showing you slides, I'm just going to move into the application to show you what's been improved. First, we made improvements to the sales order and production order linking. In prior versions, sales orders could be linked to production orders at the time that the sales order was taken. Now we have the ability to do two-way linking. Not only can I create the link from the sales order, but I can take an existing production order and link it to a sales order. For example, if I have a production order for 5 chocolate cakes, I can go ahead and link this to a sales order that's already been created for the cakes. So if I click on Link Sales Order, it shows me every sales order that meets the criteria that I can link this to. So I just select that and save it, and now the sales order is linked to the production order. So this new feature allows more flexibility, and it allows the ability to allocate materials to a sales order from an existing production order. The next improvement is on the warehouses form. In previous versions, we shared the Assembly Allowed checkbox with the kit assembly transactions to indicate that a warehouse location could be used for production processes. We now introduced a new Production Allowed checkbox that's displayed only when the manufacturing module is enabled. Now Assembly Allowed is only used for kit assemblies. If we go to the Rough Cut Planning form, on the Rough Cut Planning screen, we now have an Exclude Planning Orders checkbox. Since Capable to Promise is going to generate a large number of planning orders that don't need to be planned, we felt like users would need an easy way to filter those planning orders off of the Rough Cut Planning screen. So when it's selected, then you can see that the planning orders are not displayed, And if you uncheck that, then you can see the planning orders on the screen. And then last but not least, we have removed the use of automation steps with manufacturing, and we've replaced them with the new workflow automation. For example, on the engineering change request form, we would use the actions to be able to change the statuses on the engineering change request form. But now, with the new workflow automation, the next logical action appears on the toolbar, and users don't have to use the actions to see what they can do. So this particular engineering change request has a status of on hold. In the toolbar, the next available action is to submit. Once I submit, the status moves to pending approval, and I can either approve or reject it. And then once I approve it, then I can either put it back on hold, or I could create the engineering change order. We replaced the automation steps on the engineering change request, the engineering change orders, and the vendor shipments. And we had also used the automation steps on production orders to print the production ticket. And this has also been replaced with the new workflow.